Welcome to your new life. You were just born in Japan, and guess what? You already have a schedule. From your first breath, you're placed on a developmental timeline tighter than the bullet train schedule. At age 2, you're already in daycare, being gently scolded for not coloring inside the lines. Your parents speak to you in polite honorifics and apologize to strangers if you cry too loudly in public. Preschool involves more performance reviews than some adult jobs. There's a flag ceremony, a uniform, a theme song, and probably a group bowing drill at 9:03 a.m. sharp. By kindergarten, you've started learning kanji, the writing system that looks like abstract art and means spirit of self-sacrifice if you squint hard enough. You're also doing calligraphy, playing the recorder, and carrying a backpack the size of a small Hyundai. The backpack, by the way, is a Randasuru. It costs more than your parents' first car and is built like tactical armor, apparently in case you're ambushed by rogue ninjas on the way to school. Elementary school brings the first real taste of structure. You clean your own classroom, you serve lunch to your classmates, you learn math, science, and the proper angle of a respectful bow. Around this time, anime and manga become your window to fantasy worlds far beyond your tidy neighborhood. By the age of 10, you can name all 151 original Pokémon, identify at least 3 Studio Ghibli films by soundtrack alone, and draw a pretty decent Naruto run. Meanwhile, you're still too shy to talk to your neighbor without using formal language. School lunch? It's a balanced government-sanctioned bento with rice, fish, veggies, and exactly one mystery item. Spoiler, it's usually fermented. Middle school means club activities, or as Japan calls them, lifestyle takeovers. You might join the baseball club, the brass band, or if you're lucky, the anime club, where everyone pretends they're there to study narrative pacing, not rewatch One Piece for the 13th time. Cram school or juku becomes your second home. While kids elsewhere are out skating or gaming, you're memorizing English vocabulary in kanji stroke order until 10 p.m. Your bedtime is now as mythical as the plot logic in some mecha series. Puberty hits, and with it, kokohaku, the formal confession of love. No flirting, no DMs. You write a note or meet someone behind the gym to express your feelings with all the awkwardness of a high school rom-com. By this point, your emotional range is largely defined by manga story arcs. Tears, probably from Clannad. Determination, courtesy of My Hero Academia. So yeah, if you were born in Japan, your childhood was structured, respectful, and academically intense, but also filled with high-stakes exams, subtle emotional repression, and enough manga volumes to collapse a bookshelf. But hey, at least your pencil case was always organized. You've made it to your teenage years in Japan. Congratulations, you have officially graduated from childhood stress to adolescent panic. High school isn't just school, it's your whole future. The school you get into determines your status, your career, and possibly even who your future in-laws will pretend to like. At this stage, extracurriculars don't mean hobbies, they're resume items. You join the calligraphy club not because you like calligraphy, but because it looks refined when you apply to university. Anime and manga? Still part of daily life, just now hidden behind textbooks. Dating? A charming concept, in theory, but you're still at cram school until midnight. If you manage a date, it might be a brisk walk through a park between mock exams and math drills. Then comes university, the best years of your life, or in Japan, the only 4 years you're legally allowed to breathe. This is when people dye their hair, take part-time jobs, or cosplay openly at Akihabara events without being judged much. You might travel, even abroad if you dare, but only after mastering the sacred art of bowing, masking, and apologizing in 3 languages. Still, the clock is ticking, because once you graduate, it begins. Shukatsu, the job hunt. Think Hunger Games, but with more suits and fewer survivors. You'll enter the workforce through a ritualized gauntlet of applications, interviews, and corporate self-introductions so rehearsed they feel like anime monologues. Once hired, welcome to salaryman life. You'll wake before sunrise, board a train packed tighter than a capsule hotel drawer, and spend your day bowing until your spine files a formal complaint. Here, we must introduce karoshi, death by overwork. It's not fiction, it's a reality so ingrained it has a name, a history, and multiple manga plots warning against it, which most readers skim over on their way to the next fight scene. You'll become a PowerPoint warrior, a photocopy ninja, a meeting mage, lunch, cold soba, and silent spreadsheets. Your one break? Vending machine coffee with existential undertones.
Evenings bring the nomikai, mandatory company drinking parties where you laugh at your boss's karaoke and silently wonder if your anime merch collection will outlive your will to live. Romance? If you're lucky, if you're organized, if you're awake. Relationships form over long text threads, holiday chocolates, and mutual exhaustion. The proposal might come somewhere between a work trip and your fourth convenience store dinner of the week. Marriage? Possibly. Children? Maybe. Free time? Hilarious. You'll rent a tidy apartment optimized for efficiency and slowly fill it with figures, manga volumes, and enough umbrellas to rival a JR station lost and found. Vacations exist technically, but you'll spend half of them drafting apology emails for taking one. Bureaucracy? Of course, with paperwork that demands the blood of your ancestors and a perfectly stamped Hanko. And yet, by your 30s, something clicks. You adapt. You navigate morning trains with grace. You know which vending machines hide the seasonal coffee. You text your old Anime Club group chat once a year just to remind yourself you still remember who you were. And for a moment, maybe late at night, you catch a glimpse of a customized RX-7 or a neon-lit drift run in a Tokyo parking garage. You remember there's a whole underground world of Bozoku bikes and Tokyo drift fantasies. It's fast, it's furious, and it's probably illegal. But hey, it's a vibe. You carry your Hanko like a katana. You submit your taxes like a side quest. You balance tradition, technology, and Tokyo rush hours like a true protagonist. Sure, it's absurd. Yes, it's exhausting. But at least the trains are on time, unless there's a typhoon. You've made it. You're now a senior citizen in Japan, a country where vending machines outnumber teenagers and the median age is slowly turning into a historical artifact. Retirement? That depends. Are you 65, 70, 80, still alive and breathing? Then congratulations, you're probably still working part-time at a convenience store or manning a temple entrance like a wise but weary NPC. See, Japan didn't just forget to make more babies. It seems the whole population hit pause on reproduction after watching one too many dystopian anime. As a result, you now live in a society where adult diapers outsell baby ones, and where entire towns are run by cats and the last 3 humans under 40. Your neighborhood? Mostly people who remember when fax machines were cutting edge and when the internet made a loud screeching sound. That sound is now the national anthem of nostalgia. Your grandkids, if you have any, live 3 train lines away, speak better English than you do Japanese, and only visit when Pokemon Go has a rare spawn near your house. The good news, Japan still treats its elders with immense respect. You bow, they bow. You apologize for breathing, they apologize for not stopping you sooner. You attend Ragio Taiso, radio exercise, every morning with 12 other retirees and 1 confused tourist. Social life? Karaoke at 2 p.m., tea ceremonies where everyone nods for 20 minutes, and the occasional robot dog companionship. Because yes, Japan has now designed AI pets to keep you company, and they never poop on the tatami. And somewhere deep inside you, there's still a flicker of anime-fueled fire. You watch reruns of Gundam and whisper plot twists to your robot nurse, who listens with unsettling politeness. But as Japan's birth rate plummets and centenarians become the largest voting bloc, there's a quiet realization that you might just outlive the country's entire future labor force. Still, you sip your matcha, adjust your heating pad, and whisper to the sakura tree outside. We may vanish one day, but at least we did it politely. If you were born in Japan, your life would be a cinematic saga of order, honor, anime, and exhaustion, like being the main character in a very polite survival game with excellent food and terrible work-life balance. From bento box battles in preschool to drift dreams in adulthood, and finally sipping green tea in a silent robot-monitored retirement home, it's a journey only Japan could write. Yet in all its contradictions, the stress and serenity, the crowds and isolation, the salarymen and samurai spirits, Japan remains beautifully, bizarrely itself. So, do you think you'd make it through all that? If you could survive morning trains, memorize 2,000 kanji, and still catch a rare Pokemon at 70, tell us in the comments. And remember, wherever you're born, always bow, even if it's just to your Roomba. Arigatou gozaimashita.